Hello everybody, how are you doing? Look what came in the mail today. That's right, the capacitor for the garage door opener. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to replace this, try to put the garage door opener back together and see if I can get it opening and closing my door correctly again. I have not been in the shop much lately. To be honest with you, it has been between the heat and I've been working quite a bit this week. It's been good, nothing bad. So had some household projects that I had to work on. We had a podcast we shot. I've just had a ton of things that I've been working on that have kept me out of the shop. And plus, to be honest with you, I just really haven't had the desire to be out here. And I find that if I'm not really in the mood to be in the shop, don't go to the shop, because that's when you work on something and it becomes a disaster and then you just get more frustrated. I think it's better to wait until you are inspired and really feeling it and wanting to get out there, because that's when the good stuff happens. So I'm going to fix that, and I probably will work. I started over here the other day working on this, what's it called? The dovetail jig, and I measured it. I put it together. It looks square. It's square with my little engineer square, whatever it's called, but it's off just a tiny bit, like 1/8 of an inch. And it says in the instructions, if it's off at all, you want to make sure that you adjust it so that it's perfect from end to end. I think it was 14 inches. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. I'll reread the instructions. But after I get the capacitor and the garage door working, if I still feel like it, if I'm not ready to go in by then, if it takes forever or, whatever, I may go over there and work on that, because I'd really like to get that fixed. Putting it together is going to let me store it easier. I'm going to find a spot maybe on the wall to hang it, so that I got a great storage spot for it. But I need to get it put together so I don't lose pieces or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to be working on here for the next couple of hours. So I'll keep you guys posted on my progress. It's hot out here, guys. I've got the air conditioner going, but I had to reprogram the up and down position on the garage door. Let me show you something though. Not too bad. I got it shutting really nice. I've noticed there's a tiny bit of slack in the chain on this side. I think I'm going to tighten it up just maybe 1 or 2 more hairs on the carriage. But other than that, I just need to put the housing back on it. We'll put the light bulb back in and the lens up front. Before I do, I'm going to vacuum the top off, because there's probably 1/8 inch of dust up there. But yeah, that was all it was that capacitor. A little over $18, less than 18 and a quarter. I don't even remember what I paid for it. That thing is fixed. It was super simple. I just basically pulled the 4 terminals off, put them back into the same place on the new transformer, and she's working like a champ. I got her all put back together, got the case on, got all the screws in, got the bulb in, the lens in, everything has been wiped down. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's a whole lot cleaner than it was. So really happy to have that back. Got the AC running, which has like knocked the humidity down like almost instantly. It's starting to feel better out here. It's still hot, but it's feeling better. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to spend a little time working on this jig. I'd really like to go ahead and get at least this piece of it finished before I start breaking open all the other parts. But if I could get this finished tonight, I'd consider that a successful night. And we'll get this set aside, and next time we're out, we'll work on one of the other parts. And we're going to find a spot. I mean, this side of the shop's already pretty well taken. Back there's pretty busy. I don't know. It might have to go here above, above the drills. But this is something that I'll use on occasion. I don't think I'll be using it all the time. So for it to hang up there, it's out of the way. It's got a place. It's not going to get damaged. So potentially, I wouldn't want to put something up there that I'm going to use all the time, because then it's a pain. But something you're going to use on occasion, not too bad of a place. So we'll think more about that after we get all the pieces assembled and figure out what everything is. All right, I'm going to get to work on this. I'll keep you posted how far I get tonight. I'm working on putting this together. I've got this piece together. You saw this piece earlier, and I told you that it was supposed to be 14 inches. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but 14 inches from end to end. So I kept tinkering with it. I've got it perfectly 14 inches from end to end. And then I realized something. I didn't follow the instructions. Look at this. Here's where you put it together, and they sort of show the green on there, but they show you applying the green sandpaper after the ends are on. What that means is my sandpaper, and that's what I'm calling it, but it's grip paper, goes underneath of my blocks, which is probably throwing my blocks off. It's cranking them up just the width of the paper. So I drew a line on there. I'm going to run a razor blade across it a couple of times. I'm going to take this off and attempt to remove that piece and that piece under the blocks, put them back on, and then realign it. So it was kind of deceiving because the instructions, you know, they really don't say a whole lot. It just says mount the blocks. It didn't say to put the paper on there, but it showed the paper. And I didn't look ahead to see that this is where you cut the paper to, what, 13 7/8, and then you apply it between the blocks. So my fault for not reading ahead. I was doing the instructions in order and following the pictures probably more than the text. Okay, let me get to work on cleaning that up, and hopefully I can get this finished tonight. I'm getting close. I've got one side done. Looks like I might need to clean that little bit up there, run the razor across it again, and then we'll do the other side. Super nerve-wracking on that because I didn't want to screw it up. I finally have everything assembled. This is the jig, and right here basically these little twist knobs let you install your templates, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 templates. You can see they're all different shapes. This piece here is bolted down by those clamps, and it slides in and out inside the jig to set the depth, how far you want to go in for the cut. And this is your height gauge on the outside so that you can set your piece depth. You got your centering pin. You've got, this is for your height. It's 3/8 of an inch. Couple of bits. You've got these. Now the problem I have is my insert for my router. Look at that. See, that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to figure out something else before I can really use these. But before I go out and figure anything out and use anything, I want to look through the rest of this stuff because Lord only knows what's in that pile. But I'm pretty excited about this. I need to find some way to keep all of this stuff together. I'm sure there's going to be multiples of all of it because there are multiple kits here. And at some point, I want to watch my DVD, you know, before I try to use it. So before I do anything, we're going to get everything assembled, everything hung on the wall, everything organized, and then I'll know what I need. And I'm hoping, worst case scenario, all I've got to buy is one of those insert plates for my router. But we'll find out. That's it for me tonight. It is about 8:30. I did not realize it had gotten so late so fast. I need to get in the house and, you know, take care of a couple of quick things. I'll try to put this video together for you guys tonight. And hopefully Sunday I may be back out in the shop. This is Father's Day weekend, so Saturday is kind of big. We got lots of stuff to do. So I know Father's Day is Sunday, but Saturday is going to be our big day. So maybe I'll see you on Sunday. Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.